a tat. This is rock and roll. Time to rock it from the Delta to the DMZ. Does that sound like an Elvis Presley movie? Viva da nang. Oh, viva da nang. Da nang, I don't get a rope. Hey, it's a little too early for being that loud. Hey, too late. Oh, 600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early. Speaking of early, how about that Cro-Magnon 95 with second money for silky smooth sound, make you sound like Peggy Lee, Freddie, and the Dreamers.
Hey everybody, Patrick here at Marion here, and welcome to another Boomer High. Really excited to have you here. I wish I had the way that Robin Williams could deliver and talk and everything else. And my God, I think us Boomers are going to miss him so much. We've lived with him pretty much all our lives, haven't we? And what an inspirational man, what a powerful man, what a, I thought, a great actor, a great comedian. I remember when he started out with Mork and Mindy, and my wife and I were just married, and we had a basement family room, and we'd be watching his crazy shows on that program so much. We really enjoyed it. So anyway, we just thought we'd put that on today to get us started. I hope, I wondered if you guys would recognize it. I assume everybody did. We're going to be monitoring the chat box tonight as well. Marion, before I go on, I wanted to just double check. You got sound and you were there?
Yes, Patrick. Yep, you sound loud and clear.
That's wonderful. Well, how are you tonight?
I'm very well, thank you. No gremlins, I see, so yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, me too.
Good. Patrick, you carry on.
Okay, I did a couple things on my end. I think I was having a bandwidth issue last week, and that's been corrected. I think I've improved the lighting in here as well, so that's been corrected. A lot of my hangouts have been earlier in the day, and so I've brightened it up in here. So I think we're better off now than we were last week. And I, instead of using Wi-Fi now to my desktop computer, I'm wired in. So I think my Wi-Fi is pretty much the same speed, but just in case, we got things rolling here. So look at guys, Patrick Batty here, along with Marion Herbertson, and welcome everybody to another issue of Boomer High. What we are all about, if those of you who were here last week kind of know us, but first of all, let me fill you in on what Boomer High is all about, and then I'll tell you a little bit about myself, and then Marion is going to be our main trainer this evening, and she's got a pretty exciting lesson for us all. And then we'll tell the people that are, if you're in the organization that we're a part of, you'll know about it, but we're going to talk about that, and if you're not in that organization, we're going to share some info with you to see if you'd like to participate with us. So first of all, what's Boomer High all about? Well, basically, we're baby boomers. I don't know what a senior is anymore, to tell you the truth. I mean, I've been telling people at the movie theaters I've been a senior for 10 years because I figured they were 14 years old. They wouldn't know the difference anyway, and I might as well save $5. But I don't even know. Is a senior 60 or 65? I'm not 100% sure. But one way or the other, we're people that are generally over 50. Marion's in her 50s. I just turned 60. And, we're a rare commodity. We're ones that are making, as seniors or baby boomers at least, making a living on the internet. For me, it's a full-time living for us, and it's a good living, and that's, most of the people we see on the internet that make money are a lot younger than us. So why we started Boomer High was not that we have to do anything differently, but we figured that our audience and other people in our age probably, they're not like the young kids these days that are literally born with, computers in their hand almost. I mean, I have nieces and nephews that are 2 and 3 years old that are, using an iPad and things like that. And our kids had computers from when they were in grade school. And many, we didn't have computers when we were in school, and we certainly didn't grow up with them, although I was a bit of a computer techie geek from when PCs came out, and frankly was in the computer industry all my life. But most people weren't, right? Most of us weren't. So we thought we would cover some things about training and motivation and in ways to do business that are ways to motivate other baby boomers and show other baby boomers that it can be done, and really, frankly, encourage you as much as we possibly can. And I think, as opposed to hardcore training, these sessions will have some training elements, but frankly, what we really want to do is just convince you that you can do it. Convince you that you can make a living, either part-time or full-time living on the internet by doing some of the stuff we do. We know we can do it. We know we are not geniuses of any particular sort, and we've just happened to stick with it and actually follow through on our intentions on doing it and stick with it long enough to make it happen. We also now know things, though, that we didn't know a while ago, so now we can help people shorten their learning curve because, we can show them a few things, and that's what we're going to do tonight. So what I'm going to do now, just very briefly, my own background, and then I'm going to turn it over to Marion. Or you know what I'll do, Marion? I'll talk about my background after you're finished, and then we'll transition into some other stuff after that point, okay? So, by the way, for those of you who don't know, I'm in Cambridge, Ontario, Canada. Marion is in the south coast of England. We are friends. We're not, really business partners or partners of any kind. I know one of the comments in our thread, Marion, was pretty interesting. I won't get into it, but I responded. I think talking about my red hot mama in Australia or something like that. But anyway, we are friends. We are friends, and we are co-hosts on this program, and that's about it. So, but we also liked the style and the ethics that the other person had, and we wanted to partner up that way with somebody that mirrored our style and the way we like to do business as much as we possibly can. So look at Marion. I'm gonna shut up. I want to thank everybody for indulging me in playing a little Robin Williams. I honest to God, I don't know if I've ever been affected as much by an actor passing away as him, because he's been with us all our lives, and he brought so much joy to people. But anyway, without further ado, let me turn it over to our main featured lecturer this evening and our gracious co-host, Marion Herbertson.
Thank you, Patrick. And it's so nice to be able to talk this week after, everything that happened last week. But yes, let me take you through this. Okay, so first of all, just a little bit about me. So for those of you who don't know me, just get to know me a little bit and where I come from. And I don't know if you can see my little tagline there, internet entrepreneur and super gran, right? That's me. Now, as Patrick said, I'm 55 or 56 years old. I've lost count. I don't bother keeping count anymore, but I'm thereabouts. Now, I've been married for 37 years to the same man who's put up with me, poor guy, for these 37 years, right? I have 2 grown children. They're absolutely gorgeous, 2 beautiful granddaughters. One is 18 years old and one is just 9 months old. Okay, so I like to say that one's getting prepared to go to uni, and she's doing advanced physics. And the other little one is just learning how to kiss. Okay, it's absolutely wonderful having the 2 of them. And, they make my day. Now, why did I get into internet marketing? Very briefly, I'd kind of reached the age about 50. And I remember on my 50th birthday, my granddaughter saying to me, gosh, Grandma, you're now half a century old, aren't you? And, that really sort of impacted me. Because I've been thinking along the lines of, okay, what is going on with my life? I had a high-powered job, was working every hour that I had. I wasn't seeing my family much or anything of that sort. And the worst possible thing was that my husband's health was deteriorating. He'd had one heart attack, and you know, it came out of the blue. He wasn't expected to live. That was the first time it had ever even occurred to me that at some stage there might be just one of us, and that was so shocking, so shocking. What broke my heart, though, was that I was working, you know, and having to leave him on his own, just come out of hospital, and he's such an independent man that me phoning him, etc., was, you know, to check on how he was not something I could do, simply because I could be waking him up, or worse still, you know, he was just, no, I'm fine, I'll be fine. All you ladies here will know how men are when they get all stubborn, right? So he was like that. But, you know, I make light of it now, but literally all day long, I would be at work not knowing what was going on at home. And that absolutely broke my heart, you know? So, I started my online journey. I always knew that online was the place to be. But moving my skills, my offline skills, moving them online was a real challenge, right? I was at the phase where I think I could send an email, right? That was about it, you know? I'm only talking about 5 or 6 years ago. And from there, could you just hold on one moment, please? Okay, right. Sue's telling me I can be heard and seen, so that's good. Right, so you know, right from the word go, I actually took to it well, but there were huge challenges, right? And what I want to talk with you all about today is what I had to overcome and what I became very aware of in myself and in others. And really, what I've entitled my little talk today is Overcoming the 4 F's. All right. Now, you know, what are the 4 F's, right? And this is a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but, you know, there's a lot of seriousness in it too. And what I'm going to talk with you about are my personal 4 F's, okay? But I'm sure that every single one of you, especially our baby boomers, you would have something to relate to what I'm going to say to you. Okay, so let's get started. So my 4 F's, right, overcoming these. The first one was being 50 plus. Okay, that to me was like, am I kidding? Do I really want to learn a new skill at 50? You know, all these young people doing so amazingly well, they knew exactly what they were doing, all of that kind of thing. Was I going to be able to compete on that level? So that was my big first F, right? 50 plus, okay? The next one, now this is going to make you giggle, being foreign. Okay, now look at me, right? I don't fit into any kind of category. I am a combination of French, Portuguese, and apparently I've got a dash of Moroccan somewhere along the line, okay? Now, I was born in India. I met my husband there. My husband's Scottish. We married there. We moved over here. And when we were moving here, friends, you know, from a very good, helpful perspective, said to me, Marion, you know, there's a lot of prejudice in England. You're going to have a really tough time, but, you know, hang with it, stick with it, you'll be fine. Okay. Now, when I left India, oh, I don't know, I forget. I was very young. My babies were just babies at the time, and they're now 36 and 33, you know, so we're talking about a long time ago. Now, when I first arrived here, that advice that I'd been given, helpful advice, by the way, there was no spitefulness involved, it was helpful advice. That helpful advice that was given to me stuck with me. So when my children returned to school, when my children started school, you know what I actually applied for? And this is having come from a position of managing an entire organization and all that kind of thing, as young as I was. When I first thought of returning to work, I actually went off and did an interview to become a cleaner in a local office, okay, a cleaning lady. I see nothing wrong with that, okay. But that was because somebody had told me that because I was foreign, I would have a tough time. Okay. Now, thankfully, the lovely lady who interviewed me kind of saw through all of that, and she kind of sat me down and asked me about my qualifications and my background, etc. And she gave me such a telling off. What are you doing applying for this kind of position? You are so qualified. She pointed me in the right direction. I did a course on computer studies and that kind of thing, and that literally was where my journey started. Okay, if it hadn't been for that lady, I don't know. I don't know what would have happened. And you know, this is the thing of being able to talk life into people's lives. That's what I love about this kind of organization that we're with and this community that we work with. Now, so that was my second F that I had to overcome. And I tell you what, once I overcame that and realized, oh my goodness, you know, I'm not being treated in any way that I wouldn't treat anybody else. And my confidence came back, and before I knew what, I was doing the same kind of thing, you know, managerial capacity training, marketing, sales, all that kind of thing. Okay, so that was my second F overcome. Now, this is going to be, this is sort of getting a little bit near to the bone kind of thing. My third F is being fat. Okay, you know, I don't know how the computer kind of relates to this, but I keep saying I'm not overweight. It's just that I'm under tall. Okay, I'm only 5 foot tall, right? So anything you know, a single kind of extra pound on me, it has nowhere else to go but out, right? So that's why I look the way I do. Now, Patrick and myself were talking about this, and we had such a laugh. Now, my main way, or my favorite way of relating to people and marketing, etc., is by videos. Okay, and for a long time, I actually stopped making videos because I was trying to lose weight so that I'd look what I thought would be presentable on my videos. Okay, the scary thing was, though, I wasn't losing weight, I was actually putting on more weight. Okay, so I then decided, you know, oh my gosh, I better start making videos before I put on even more weight. So I actually scared myself into resuming making videos, you know. So this is the kind of thing. Now, you know, maybe you're not fat, right? Maybe you're not overweight. If you are, honesty doesn't matter, to be honest. You know, all these things are in our mind. Nobody else perceives them. And if they perceive them, then it's their problem, not yours. Okay. It could be other things. It could be like you think you're too thin, too short, too tall, you know, or you have crazy hair like mine, or you have no hair at all, you know. One of a million things that we've been conditioned to stop us, you know, to put barriers in our way, okay, and that we really have to overcome. Okay, so I urge you to sort of think about that, and you know, don't worry about it, just progress, right? And the fourth F I'd like to talk to you about is this whole thing of being fearful. Okay, you know, with all these thoughts in my head, and how would people accept me? Was I going to be as good as the next person? How would I thrive when somebody else was doing so well? What about the competition? Oh, you know, those voices in your head that kind of go, wah, 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 wah. Monkey chatter. One of our leaders here calls it monkey chatter. And it just kind of takes your brain up. And I had to overcome a lot of that. And some of that goes back to my lovely husband, because he is the most logical, non-emotional man I've ever seen, right? And he's the perfect balance for me, because I'm kind of talking 19 to the dozen, all emotional, you know, hands flying all over, and he just cuts straight to the chase. And one day I was talking about all of this, you know, my different anxieties, my fears, and all of that. And he just stopped me in my tracks. And he said, listen, you choose. So what do you mean? He said, you choose whether these things affect you or not. It's as simple as that. You make the decision today to get over it, or you'll just keep living by these fears. You know, at the time I thought, that's it, I've married the wrong man. You know, he's just not giving me the advice I want to. 37 years later, I kind of realized how right he was. And basically, because he didn't tolerate any nonsense from me, I actually overcame all sorts of things that had happened in my childhood, all sorts of bad experiences, and all that kind of thing, to be the confident person I am today. You know, and let me put it this way: it's not that I don't feel fear. Okay, I feel fear, right? Talking to you now is like, oh my goodness, you know, but it doesn't stop me from doing it. Okay, and that's what I want to talk with you about, you know, putting these 4 F's behind you, whatever form they come in for you. You may not have exactly the same things that I had, but I'm sure, especially as baby boomers, in today's climate, we've all lived life. We've taken some hard knocks, you know, and sometimes those things can hold us back. But you need to kind of rationalize the whole thing, take the emotions out of it, and just look at yourself and say, okay, is this a real fear, or is this just something that I'm fearful of, which maybe had a basis in the past, but has no truth in my life right now? You know, and that's the kind of thing you need to do, which is what brings me to the next thing about why I made this particular community my home. Okay, you know, firstly, when you're trying to do a business, right, unlike what you're told out there, you know, there are a lot of kind of, I call them pigs might fly pie in the sky businesses. And we marketers can often be our own worst enemies by giving the wrong message. But what I love about this community that we're in is that we are able to offer such value that we give a very sound message. You know, and that is brilliant. The community that we work with as well is massively compliant. Okay, to me, that's everything, because that means you're not going to have the rug pulled from under your feet. That means this business is going to have longevity to it, and that's really important when, you know, for your integrity, right, and for building something that has long-term reliability and a long-term impact on you, your future, your finances, etc. Okay, I'm just looking at my notes just in case I've forgotten anything. Oh yeah, the other thing I love about the community that we're in is the fact that we're selling real products that empower people both with learning and being able to resell them for 85% plus commissions. That's actually quite unheard of in the marketplace. But I'll let Patrick explain more about that to you. He does that absolutely brilliantly. The main thing, the main thing that I love about this community is its culture. Okay, it's one of the most supportive, respectful communities where you have this lovely free flow of information. I mean, like Patrick said, you know, he's in Canada, I'm in the UK. We're not in the same team. We're not related in any way, except for the fact that we want to bring you value. And Patrick realized, you know, there's this massive gap, if you like, you know, where baby boomers are not feeling at home. I love being inspired by the younger people in this community that we work with, you know, really empowered by them. But it's lovely to have somebody who actually realizes that you've never used a computer before. You know, or things like that, you know. So
and doesn't disrespect you because of it. Right.
Exactly, Patrick. Exactly. You know, that's the massive thing about it. We understand, and we wanted to give you this place of being able to come, being able to bring your baby boomer friends to be energized and inspired, really, right? You know, and I'm going to, it's a really safe place where I certainly overcame my 4 Fs, and, you know, I'm sure it'll do the same for you too. The thing I like about this, I don't know if you've actually read a book. It's by Wallace D. Wattles. It's called The Science of Getting Rich. Okay, and one of the things he talks about there is that success comes from collaboration and cooperation, not competition and strife. Okay, and I absolutely love that, because that's what this community embodies, you know. So with that, I hope that's kind of inspired you to realize, listen, if I can do it, anybody can. And I want to just leave you with one tiny little story to show you that my team will tell you that, you know, honestly, if I can do it, anybody can, right? You see these headsets here, they're brand new, right? Or this headset here, it's brand new because I actually ran over my previous set with my chair, okay?
Yeah.
Now, prior
done
to, you've done that, Patrick, exactly. Now, prior to that, I used to hate my headsets because they keep falling off my ears, okay? So, while, you know, after I broke them, I'm kind of looking online for a new set of headsets, and I find the exact model that I had previously, and I thought, oh, I'm definitely not buying that. But something caught my eye, the way this person was wearing it, and I realized that for about 9 months, I had been wearing my headset upside down. Right. Now, if somebody with as little techie ability as me can succeed online, and by the way, just so you know that I know what I'm talking about, I'm actually in the top 200 of my community, right, of the business we work with, and I think we've got something like 300,000 members. Okay, so we're talking about the top 1%, really. All right, and you know, and that's what I mean. So I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. I am experienced. I am successful. But honestly, if I can do it, so can you. All right. And with that, Patrick, I'm going to hand back to you. I'll be here to take any questions, and I'll watch the chat as well. But I'll hand back to you, Patrick.
I'm just checking about questions. I thank you, Irene, for the nice comments. And before we continue, I just want to have a look down the line. Thank you, Sue, Verna, that's great. And Daphne and Paul, yeah, some people here that were here last week too. So that's wonderful. You know, when I was listening to you, you know, it really is about confidence, isn't it? I mean, your 4 Fs. We all have. I think as you know, later in life you may have crises in confidence at certain points of your life because of things that have happened, because of things that have gone on in maybe your career, or you know, when if you tried to make a living online and you failed somehow, or whatever it may be, or maybe just, you know, you got criticized about it or whatever. There's lacks. You can build up some insecurity about some of these kinds of things, and I don't think we're really any different than anybody else that way. I know I was self-conscious about doing videos as well, and I'm taller than you, Marion, but I probably weigh more, and I'm pretty heavy. I'm down 10 pounds though in the last 3 weeks, so there's progress, but I was self-conscious about that, and yet I frankly do like doing videos. I really do. And yet I always thought, wouldn't it be better if I looked more like Brad Pitt or something like that? And maybe a few more pounds, maybe I will. Who knows? But the point is, it didn't stop me from doing the videos. And here's why, guys. There's a lot of people in this world. There's a lot of people in this world. There will be people out there that will relate to you. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter how tall you are. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what language you speak. It doesn't matter. There are a lot of people very, very, very similar to you. Okay? And a lot of times they are attracted to somebody that is somewhat similar. Now, I've had lots of young guys in my team. I've had some young girls in my team. But if I look at my team, if I was to try to figure out what a demographic is that it seemed like I appealed to, it was baby boomers. I have more baby boomers on my team than anything else. Okay, and I was never doing anything directly to try to attract baby boomers, ever. It was just never done. I just didn't worry about it. I just put out videos about this, that, and anything else I was going to talk about. It wasn't specifically about baby boomers, but based on the volume of stuff I put out, and then the number of people that joined my business and you know, became customers of our products or affiliates or whatever. And if I look, a big number of them were baby boomers. that's not because of something I did. It was because of somebody I am. And maybe my approach, my language, the way I speak, the kind of things I talk about, whatever. But it wasn't a conscious thing. So I just want to encourage everybody, especially people that are new and that haven't done videos or what. Don't worry about it. It's not. You won't get comfortable with it until you do it, and you'll get real comfortable with it after you've done about 10. And they don't have to be long, elaborate videos. They don't have to be like, we're going to do a hangout that'll be 45 minutes or an hour. It can be a 2-minute video. I've done some when I take a walk along. There's a river right back behind our house, and I have trails that go for about 20 miles. And I did 3 half marathons over the last couple of years, training, walking, but fast walking. And so I was training a lot. So quite often I would do a video as I was just out on my walk, and part of it I'd be talking about something, and part of it I'd be showing a bit of the scenery. It's plain and simple, So they don't have to be elaborate productions. Cell phones work just fine for videos. In fact, my cell phone takes a better picture than my webcam here. So, but the key thing is just if there's any lack of confidence, the only thing that'll take care of that is actually doing it. Just push yourself over the edge. Record a video. If you want to just record a bunch of them and don't put them anywhere for a while, that's fine. But get over the fear of talking to a camera and just and really don't put on an act. Just be yourself. It's plain and simple. There are plenty of people out there that will be attracted to that. So fair enough. So like I wasn't going to. I appreciate your comments tonight, Marion. I really do. What I want to do is take a couple minutes. We're going to go a little bit early, break a little early tonight, because we have an event to attend online at 9 o'clock. And it's a product that our company is releasing at 9 o'clock that is a very inexpensive product. There's a couple layers to it, but the very first level is only a $7 product. And so they're launching it at 9 o'clock tonight. So we're going to get on a hangout about that. So what I'd like to do is take a few minutes to let people know a little bit more about our company, which is the Empower Network. And again, many of the people on here are already part of it, but I see some others. Karen, you just found out about us. Great, you're welcome. Thank you for showing up. So some of the people that are on our chat I can see, and they're probably already Empower Network members, and we are happy to have you, and you're happy to promote this, and you can use your affiliate ID at the end of our URL so you can promote this safely, and if somebody joins through your link, they're joining through you. If you're not a member of Empower Network, I'm going to take 5 or 10 minutes to tell you a little bit more about this and tell you, kind of why we do it and how we do it and what we do. You may have seen all kinds of stuff. If you're not a member, you may see all kinds of stuff because, as Marion said, we've had over 300,000 customers, not all affiliates, but over 300,000 customers over the last 3 years. I've been a member for 2 years as of about 2 days ago. I wasn't part of it the first year. I wasted my time doing something else the first year that I made a grand total of $38 online. And I, like Marion, and now in the last 2 years, I'm in the top 1% of our organization, make a full-time living on it. So, and our earnings aren't typical, by the way. The link, there's going to be a check out the Fast Start Kit. There's going to be a link when you go into that will take you to an earnings disclaimer, and you'll see more about the average earnings of people and the average earnings based on the amount of time and effort they put into their business. But our earnings are not typical. But you know what? That's because we've actually spent time and really done what we've done. So what Empower Network is a network marketing organization that has a series of products. And these products you can buy, you can become a customer, and you can sell. You can become an affiliate. It's up to you if you want to buy them or sell them. And we'd love you to buy them. But we'd even more love you to sell them, because we think not only will you learn from the products that we have here, you'll make money from selling it. And that's, most of us are here to make some money, right? So I'm not going to get into detail about all of the products, but I want to tell you what we have in the package that we believe is most appropriate for baby boomers to really get started in a serious way. because people, when they got on that, we don't like the idea of people just dipping their toe in here, because frankly, anybody that dips their toe in is kind of planning their failure. What we like to do is get people to actually commit and make a big enough commitment that they are then committed to their success, as opposed to dipping their toe in and planning their failure, if that makes sense. So what we have created is what we call a Fast Start Bundle. And the Fast Start Bundle is basically an all-encompassing suite of 2 products, some tools, and your affiliate membership all in one spot. The Fast Start Bundle basically includes a blogging system that we believe everybody should have. Basically, a blog is a good way to attract business to your business, or attract people to your business. And our blogging system is a very, very easy one, and one that can be done in kind of a viral method. In other words, when you create posts, people that know you through this can easily comment on your posts and share your posts and like your posts and things like that, and ways to make it very viral. As well as that, we have a series of training audios, and it's called the Inner Circle. And the Inner Circle is a massive suite now, because we've been recording them for 3 years. A massive suite of audio-based lessons, ones that you can listen to online, ones you can download and put on your iPod or something. I do some when I go out for my long training walks. And those trainings are, in some cases, they're kind of the nuts and bolts, a little bit on the technical side on how to do things. But in many cases, they're more about the mindset and getting yourself in the frame of mind to take action, to do things, and to accomplish what you want to set out to do. And that mindset's really important. We think it's fundamental, and we're not all sitting here brainwashed from this. We just believe it. We just generally believe it, because getting yourself in the proper frame of mind to get going is the best way you can get going. And it's also the best way you can accelerate your business. When you get off a massive, wonderful training thing that possibly it's one of we have people that are earning, people earning $100,000 in a month. I mean, it's crazy. And again, these earnings aren't typical, but there are people doing it. And those people are giving you an hour lesson on a topic in the Inner Circle. I mean, what better way to learn the business than be learning it through that? And these aren't people that you're going to get any one-on-one time with unless you spend, $10,000, $20,000 with them, right? But the fact is, by us doing it in the way we're doing it and packaging them up in these inner circles, we're making these people available week after week after week after week to you. Now, you're going to get them all. The Inner Circle is you get them all, plus there's a new one added every week. But you get to go in as depth and as many of them as you want and listen to them as much as you want. Okay, so that's what the Inner Circle is. The third thing we offer in our Fast Start bundle is a set of, I shouldn't say a set, multiple copies of a DVD that you can use to help sell your business or sell our program. And when you sell our program, you make commission. We can't really show you this DVD. I can show you a physical copy of the DVD. 1 second. This is what the DVD sleeve looks like, and inside here is the nice little DVD. And so our Fast Start Kit is going to give you 20 of these. And basically, if you have somebody watch this DVD that actually has any thought of starting a business, any thought of it, there's a real good chance they're going to join your business. And when you join your business, the entire EmpowerNet compensation plan kicks in. And basically, with this product, the products that are included here, the Inner Circle and the blogging system, that pays a $125 monthly recurring commission out Okay, so when we sell a blogging system, we pay $125 commission out. Now, I'm not going to get into we don't have the time to get into describing the compensation plan tonight, but basically we pay the entire amount out based on a pass-up system. The first sale will actually go to your sponsor who's going to help you and train you and all that. The second one will go to you, third to your sponsor, fourth to you, fifth to your sponsor, sixth to you, and then 4 out of every 5 go to you. And that's where actually Marion came up with the approximate 85% commission. Effectively, we're paying 100% commission to you, but 85% of the sales. I think this is where kind of where you came up with that formula. So the compensation structure is really cool. The other thing is, because when you are the sponsor, when you start selling people and joining the system, remember you're going to get the $125 commission on their first, third, and fifth sale, and then every fifth one after. So when you start building up a team of people, then all of a sudden you have way more pass-ups coming up to you than you're giving to anybody else. Way
Patrick,
more. Yes.
can I interrupt you just 1 second there? The
Sure.
audience is saying they can't see you. They can hear you, but not see you.
Oh, all you had to do is click on my picture.
There you
I'm
go. See? See? Easy
It's supposed
peasy.
to do it automatically, and I was so busy talking I
Yeah.
could have done it, but I think you can do that too.
Okay, excellent. I
Okay.
can see you see, which is why I wasn't
Well,
worrying.
which means, let me. Here's the DVD again. This is what it looks like. Other than that, all you missed is this ugly mug for 5 minutes. But there's the DVD, and you're going to put your username at the bottom of this. And when people join, if they join, you're earning commission. So it makes a nice commission now. So I don't want to go into any more detail on the compensation plan. Now, somebody invited you to our hangout tonight. Someone invited you, and when they did, they put their user ID at the end of the link that they've given you. That means if you decide to join us tonight, technically that person will be your sponsor. And that's cool. That's right. That's all we're doing. It doesn't have to be Marion. It doesn't have to be me. It's whoever sent you the link. They will be your sponsor, okay? And they will work with you to get things going. They won't do your job. They'll encourage you and mentor a bit, and they'll probably bring you into some bigger team as well, which will have some training and things like that. But whoever sent you to our hangout tonight, now I sent a lot of people. So those people, if you joined, you'd be joining with me. Marion sent a lot of people. And if you joined, you joined with her. But other people did too. And we really respect that, and we appreciate them sending their people to us, and we're here to help. And the cool thing is, that's what we do. Look at that. We're doing a hangout like this for people that we hardly know that will make money if somebody joins. And that's okay. That's what we do. That's what we do. The cool thing is, when you join this kind of army, that's the spirit that we'd like to bring forward to this army. It's really cool. It's really exciting. Now, I mentioned earlier,
Patrick?
we have yes.
Sorry to interrupt. Sue's asking, Patrick, could you show the DVD again, please?
Oh, sure.
Because, yeah, there we go. Thank you.
Okay, so you guys obviously don't have one of these, but if you click the green button up above or below the video, that is where you will order a starter kit if you want to join the business. First of all, you put in your email, then it'll take you to another page where it'll give you a lot more information, and if you want to go forward and get started, you simply put in your email, hit the buy button, pay with a credit card. That will be shipped out immediately, okay? The whole bundle will be sent. Now, a core of our products are digital, as I said, the Inner Circle, the blogging system, the affiliate system. So those are going to be enabled for you the moment you join. If you happen to join tonight before this session, well, we're going to conclude in the next few minutes, but at 9 o'clock tonight, we're launching a new product. Now, this new product has a couple components as well, but the very first component is only $7. And the first component is a 6-hour training program done with the leader of our company. So it's an amazing, amazing value. Now, I can't encode. I wasn't able to encode a button for that before. If you are already in the Empower Network, you can get that in your back office either now or at 9 o'clock. If you are not in Empower Network, first of all, the key is to get the whole bundle anyway. Get in there first, and then message your sponsor immediately, and they'll get you a link into the Hangout so you can watch that Hangout this evening. We were thinking about moving our meeting because of the Hangout, but we thought, you know what, it's okay. We're just going to do it a little bit quicker this evening. So we still have a few more minutes, though. I want to double check if there are any questions coming in. Yeah, Vernon asked a good question. Where would it be good to, give the Fight the Forces of Evil DVD out? I mean, you can't really post a DVD online. This isn't just meant to be an online video. It really is meant to be played by somebody. If you know of people that have businesses where people are coming in, the first thing I would do is go to that business owner and say, I wouldn't say, would you put my DVDs on display? I would ask him to watch the DVD. Okay? I mean, you might be able to say, could you put my DVDs on and display and have people, take them? But frankly, the best thing to do to motivate him is have him or her watch the DVD. My barber was an example I shared last week. I basically got back when I got these DVDs, went to get a haircut, and I think I'm due again. And the barber just asked me what I was doing. It was a new barber shop. He asked me what I did for a living, and I said, well, I kind of teach people how to make money online on the internet. He said, really? He says, you do that? And I said, yeah. He says, you teach people that? Yeah. He says, well, I'd love to do that, but I don't have time, frankly. I got a new barber shop here. And I've invested a boatload of money into, and he did. It's a very kind of cool barbershop. And I said, you know what? I've got a DVD. I didn't have them with me. And I said, I've got a DVD. Why don't I give it to you and you have a look and you just let me know if you're interested. So a couple days later, I dropped the DVD off to him. I didn't do a sales pitch on this at all. I didn't do a sales pitch. In fact, it was almost like I'm not going to rush you back with the DVD. I'll take a few days, and then I'll do you a favor by giving it to you. So I did that. I gave it to him. He watched it. I called him the next day and I asked him what he thought about it. Okay, now he has a computer at his store, but he's not on the computer all day long, believe me. He's busy. But I said, what do you think about it? And he said, well, I really liked it. And I just said, it sounds like you're ready to get started. And he said, absolutely. And I said, well, here we go. Let's go to this website, fill in the form, and get it ordered. So rather than just ask him, I didn't ask him to put my DVDs on display. I could have, but wouldn't it be better? Wouldn't he be more motivated if he joined himself? That way I got a sale. And second, he starts selling it through his store. So I think anybody that has a retail store is a wonderful idea. Now, I know another guy in my team has started distributing them all through some strip malls and things like that. I haven't heard back from him on that. He's had that success doing that with some other business, and he even had some success just with business cards made up. But these DVDs are a lot better than business cards, believe me. When you watch this, when you order some, you'll be floored, and it makes the job so much easier. Exactly. And why we think this is important for baby boomers is, as we were all saying, we are all not computer experts. Now, over time, we'll teach you all the computer stuff you need, but today, you can get started just by giving this out to some people, and you won't be bugging them at all. You will not be bugging them. When they see this, they will want to get in on this with you. There's a good chance.
Patrick, can I just interject here as well? One of the leaders that we know, he's actually got a little stall in a flea market. you know, and he just has a big banner printed up which says, "Would you like to fire your boss?"
Yeah.
You know? And then he gives away these DVDs, and all he does is he takes their name and number in return, gives them the DVDs, and then a couple of days later he contacts them, and he's doing really, really well with that. So
Yeah.
your imagination, you know,
It
do
really is.
whatever
It really
you feel
is.
comfortable with.
My wife Bonnie and I were at what's called a rib fest. I don't know if they have rib fests in the UK, but they're big in the United States and Canada, you know, where they have barbecued ribs.
Yeah.
And they have like a contest, and a bunch of different guys cook them and sell them and that. And we were at that the other day, and there was all these stalls there, and I said to my wife, I said, I should have had a stall here. I could have been giving out these DVDs, right? And I could have had ribs. So, which I'm not sure which I would have enjoyed more. But it's, you know, it really is your imagination. And the DVD is incredibly powerful. And especially for somebody who's brand new, everybody can give that out to somebody. Everybody knows people. We've been around a long time. We know a lot of people, right? And or it could be through fundraisers or clubs or whatever it could be. You know, friends, family. You know, start with the 100 people you know. Don't bug them. Heaven forbid, don't bug them. Say, I've got a DVD and it shows how I'm making money online. Would you like a copy? If they say no, that's enough. I don't need it. I'm not pushing it at all, because frankly the internet pulls in a lot of business anyway. But this is a nice alternative approach that I'd say is so newbie friendly, and it didn't exist. You know, when you and I getting into the top 1% didn't have the luxury of this over the last year or two. Now we do. And so it's such a powerful tool now, and that's all part of this Fast Start bundle. So the Fast Start bundle basically is, I think it costs $297. That includes your first month of Inner Circle affiliate program and the blogging system, which on an ongoing basis is $144. But when you sell them, you'll get the commissions on the blogging system and the Inner Circle and any other products you happen to sell. One thing I also have to remind people, and I forget this sometimes, remember, you are only buying a product one time. You can sell it as many times as possible, but you're only buying the product once. So if you sell 20, you sell 20, but you only are paying one time. So it's not like a wholesale and it's not like just to finish the point, there's not a wholesale and retail here, because, you know, with the wholesale versus retail, there's a wholesale price of the product and then a retail price of every individual one. Here you're buying it one time and then it recurs monthly, but so does your commission. Exactly. Sorry, Marion. Yes.
Sorry, Patrick. I think we have a little bit of a time lag here, so I ended up kind of talking over you. The price of the Fast Start Kit is $197, not $297.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
No, that's okay. I just, yeah.
Better still.
Exactly.
Better still.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. $197. So and then there's some shipping and that, because this one is physically shipped. But if you join tonight, you will get in on that. You'll get that shipped out to you tomorrow, and we'll also get you in on the Hangout that's just about to start in a few minutes. So let me just double check if there are questions. Yeah, I think we covered them. I think we're good. And so next week, the lesson will be one I'll be delivering again, and I've already got it kind of thought out at a high level, but I'm not going to even give you a hint tonight. I want to thank you, Marion. That was a wonderful lesson tonight. I like the format that we're doing this, because we're sharing it with existing members, and we're encouraging new members, and we're encouraging brand new people to get in, and also helping them sell when they do. So I think our format works well. I think we'll end it right now to give everybody a chance. Those that you want to get going on this, get your order in right now. It'll only take you about 2 minutes. The cool thing is you only have to fill it in one time. You're not ordering all 4 things separately. You're just ordering one thing, and that'll take care of it. Okay? So, Marion, we should let people go and let them focus in on that. And we will see you all again next week at 8 p.m. Eastern. And we've got to get on another hangout shortly. So thank you all. Have a blessed week. We appreciate it. Wonderful, wonderful lesson, Marion. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Patrick.
And thank you all, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone. Good night.
Bye-bye.